unfortunately. Whoa. That's our very first 3-second solve with an 18 TPS.
Here's every highlight from this year's GAN Smartcubing Super League 4, which I was invited to China to film and commentate. Enjoy.
Let's go, Max. And Tymon gets a 4.3 second solve. Chiaun gets 4.7. So close. 2 4-second solves is incredible. These, of course, are the best of the best. They're using, again, Bluetooth cubes. And a 4.4 second from Tymon. And 4.6 from Chiaun. It is so close. And yet Tymon takes it.
Competitors need to win 2 sets to win the match against their opponent.
Oh, Chiaun gets a 4.49. The crowd is going crazy. And unfortunately, it's a 6.4 for Tymon. So the first point goes to Chiaun. Oh, and Tymon takes that point with a 4.2. We take away the time that would be needed to lift your hands off the timer and then to put your hands back on the timer again at the very end. They are only very small amounts of time, of course, but when you're dealing with solve times of literally a few seconds, it can actually take away, you know, half a second. Oh no. And Chiaun takes the second set. Wow. Which forces us to go into the third set. And here we go, we're in set number 3. And solve number 1 goes to Tymon with a 5.2. Felix just saying that both of these solves are actually color neutral, even though we're interestingly seeing a lot of the solves on yellow and white. Oh, but Tymon takes it. And this is match point for Tymon. If he can win this one, then he takes this entire round. But Chiaun still has it in him. Both dropping incredible times. Oh, and a 5.9. But Chiaun, unfortunately, drops a 7. And Tymon takes the victory, as Felix just said. Our second matchup, we have Taisen, the female world record holder for 3x3. And then meanwhile, on the right, we have Leo Borromeo. Leo making the most of his inspection and starting his first solve. And a 6.3 for Leo. And Taisen gets a 5.7. Congratulations to Taisen. She takes 0.1. Quite phenomenal to be at a match where you can just see on screen like the solve as it happens. A 4.9 from Leo, which takes it. Taisen gets a 7.1, unfortunately. That's 1 point for each of them. Here we go, scrambling for solve number 3. The app cube station, I believe, also will correct you if you make the wrong scramble. So that's a pretty cool thing about it. That sort of prevents any wrong scrambles. And was that a Soon ZBLL? That's a tough set, the Soon or the anti-Soon ZBLLs. It was a Soon ZBLL. But yes, Taisen does take that one with a 5.1. So 5.7 from Leo. Let's see how Taisen does. Oh, and a 5.3 from Taisen, which gives her the very first set. Well done to her. But I mean, look at Leo's times. Incredible times. 6, 4, 5, and 5 seconds. Really, really fast. And a 5.0 for Leo. He's shaking his head because he's not happy with it. But he does give him the first point. He knows he could have done better, but still. 5.0 is insane. All right, both competitors have begun. 5.5 and 5.6. It was so close. Unfortunately, Leo to have he's going to fight really, really hard. 4.9 for Taisen with a really nice Pi ZB. And a 7.7 from Leo, unfortunately.
And now Chiaun has 2 match points.
5.7 for Leo. Xixian starts to solve. With a 4.6. Hard to beat. And that's a point for each team so far. Very, very balanced, but well done to both contestants. Xixian wins round number 2. So this is now solve number... Well, it looks like it's solve number 3 because we get a D and F before, but Xuanyi gets a 5.0, and it looks like I've been corrected that it's Euang on the right, and repeating the second solve actually means that Euang now has 2 points, and if he wins this third one, he actually takes this first set, which is incredible. Unfortunately. Whoa. Well, that was a little bit deafening. That's our very first 3-second solve with an 18 TPS. Even Felix is completely blown away by that solve. Yes, we will need to see a replay of that indeed. That is actually crazy. That very first set went straight to Euang. All right, Xuanyi dropping a 5.7. We've got Xuanyi on the left and Euang on the right. 5.3 and 6.9 so far. The second set is going to Xuanyi. A 4.8 by Xuanyi. A lot of fun watching Xuanyi yesterday demonstrate to some of us how he practices, and watching him basically be able to inspect 3 or often 4 F12 pairs in inspection, including the cross, was just phenomenal. All right, here we go for the third deciding set. This is the deciding set, not just for these two, but actually for the entire, for both teams. And Xuanyi dropping a 3.36, which is crazy. So hard to fight against that. I believe that Felix just commented on the fact that Euang's time was twice the length. And Euang takes this one. Both competitors just absolutely locking in, trying to just forget about everything else and just solve. Oh. And that third one went to Euang. But let's see how we go with the last one. 3.3. 3.33 is going to be difficult to beat. Let's see what he can do. 3.99. Trading 3-second solves. How do you lose with 3.99? All right. It literally comes down to like the 5th solve on the last set. Xuanyi drops. Oh no, Xuanyi drops a 5.0. And let's see what Euang can do to beat a 5-second solve. It could be a challenging scramble. Oh, there's some slight looking ups. Oh no, does he know the ZB? He gets a ZB. Oh no, a 6.9. And so Xuanyi narrowly takes that one. Hit it. Let's see what these guys are capable of dropping. We've seen 3-second solve from Maddie before. Not here at SSL, but maybe today could be the day. Max drops a 4.0 to begin with. A hand in the air to rejoice. 4.6 from Maddie. Incredible solve. Very consistent. What can Max do? A 4.4 and just taking it. And a 4.8 from Maddie. It is just gorgeous. They're such good times. Again, it's worth saying that they're using Smartcubed, so it might be slightly different from if they were using a physical timer with their hands on the table. But still, they're both doing... It is an even lineup because they're both using the same hardware. Felix just pointed out that this is Max Park's first time at SSL, his first time using a Smartcube in a competition, but is doing very well. You can see on screen also which Smartcubes they're using. May has chosen to use the GAN 12 UI Free Play, and Max has used the GAN 12 UI Maglev. That's a 6.3, unfortunately, from Max. Here we go, the final deciding solve for this first set. Ooh, a 6.5. He's not going to be very happy with that. Max making the most of its inspection. A 10 seconds inspection just then. Oh, but that's a fast one. And you got 5.9. Oh,
两位选手都是6色里的选手。那我们看到我们 Max 的观察时间稍微
that's a 4.1 from Maddie. That's so beautiful. That's going to be a challenging one for Max to beat. And it's a 5.7.
winning of 4.12 there. So 10次都是 Maddie 先手，很快就开始了，然后 Max 都是慢慢的等待 Maddie 先做完。
Max Park, of course, very famously held the world record single of 3.13 seconds. So we know what he's capable of. And he gets a 6.1. And this set goes completely to Maddie. This is game face for Maddie and Inaba, just completely locking in.
其实每道比完都不知道是谁胜的，虽然说先后手非常明显。
It's literally anyone's. It's so hard to predict. 5.6. You just get access to such different information with smart cubes. This has got its challenges, obviously. But otherwise, to be able to see their TPS on screen, to be able to see the solutions, albeit very fast, it's just something different. It's very different, schools of thought about that, but it's definitely worth thinking about. I will say that it does make it, for us live here at the competition, very, very spectator friendly. Oh no, a 7.0 by Maddie. He's standing up. He probably thinks that could be it. But what can Max do? Max, that's a 5.6. Fought so hard, but unfortunately could not see to the finish line. And Max takes it. Someone asked him yesterday during the Q&A session over here how he developed such fast TPS. And he said two things. One, he said you find the right algorithm. And then second thing he said is you keep going and going until you think you've hit the limit. So if you don't think you've hit the maximum, you just keep going. Incredible words. Checking out their scrambles. And Rhong starts his solve. It's a 4.6 with a TPS of 12.3. Nam's TPS a fair bit slower with 8.9, but his time isn't very far away, which means that he had a lower move count. Unfortunately, you need both. You need efficiency in your solve, and you also need fast turning speed. Some solvers can get away with just one of them, but you want that sweet spot. You want both. Can Nam beat a 5.7? Oh, unfortunately he can't. Both his previous times were below 5.7, but maybe there was something about that last scramble. Rhong with double-digit TPS all around. It's just crazy. Coming to you live from Zhuhai in China, where there actually is a typhoon making landfall right now. Fun times. But there is a typhoon right here in the venue as well. And Nam, well done Nam. The very first point that he has won against Rhong. We are watching 10 of the fastest speed cubers in the entire world go head-to-head. Except they're doing it in teams. Very different from how we've seen in previous seasons of SSL. Oh, 4.2 from Rhong. And a 5.8 from Nam. Very consistent from Nam. Oh, 6.7, and the tables completely flipped around. This time, that was unexpected. But we do love to see surprises, don't we? If he can get one more on Rhong, he will win the second set, and they'll have to go into a third decider. A 4.4 from Rhong. Cannot beat that with a 5.5. It is difficult. Well, we're going to the fifth solve, the fifth and final solve to see who's going to win set 2. This could be it. If Rhong takes this one, he wins this match. 4.4. And oh no, unfortunately, 6.9. Oh, and it goes to Rhong. A 14 TPS is insane. 14 turns per second. What? Tymon has decided to use his double up. Tymon feeling confident that he can beat Chiaun. If he does win, he will actually put red in front because blue team currently has 50 points and the red team has 40. So at the end of this, it's either going to look like 60-40 or 50-60. So this is actually quite a deciding match. Right, first point goes to Tymon with a 4.7. It's the big leagues, my friend. Oh no. Tymon dropped his cube. Oh no, it wasn't a cube. It was a pop.
Tymon. So Li Xiaokun is going to take his second solve.
Oh, Tymon's cube popped, unfortunately. It's a 4.1 from Tymon. He is consistent and definitely making the most.
Tymon taking the set there with a 4.15.
Definitely making the most of his double up. All right, what has Chiaun got? He's got 4.8. Very nice from Li Xiaokun. And a 6.3. Chiaun takes this one. Well done. Definitely intimidating going up against Tymon Koloshinsky. Someone that a lot of the young cubers look up to. There we go. 4.4 to Tymon, and he wins this first set. But Chiaun still got it in him. You know, as some people in the comments have mentioned, definitely an underrated solver.
Very close solve there, 5.0 to 4.8.
In the inspection phase right now. Or a 7-second inspection from Tymon. And that's all he needed to get a 4.3. Meanwhile, Chiaun gets a 5.1.
Second solve. Tymon, the captain of his team, can he lead his team to victory with one more solve in this tournament?
Chiaun feeling the heat, getting 5.0 and 5.1 and still losing. What can he do with this last one? Two random little kids is walking in front of my camera, who of course just happened to be Chiaun and Xuanyi. And a 3.8 from Tymon gives him the second set convincingly. And because he used the double up, that means 20 points for the red team. Well done to the red team with a very strategic play.